Have you ever seen what growing up in the most dangerous parts of the hood can do to a person?
Murder, that's my favorite. Murder. We gon' kill them all. My brother died, your brother died. Karma do it all. You cannot move breath back in that boy. I swear to God you can't. That nigga's dead and gone. Can't come back, no cap.
In this video, we'll be diving into the life of Julio Foolio, exploring the dangers he faced from his early years all the way to his final moments. Charles Jones Jr., known as Julio Foolio, was born and raised on the north side of Jacksonville, Florida, in Duval County. His father, Charles Jones Sr., called Rick the Ruler, was a respected figure in their neighborhood. Charles Jr. grew up in Hilltop Village Apartments, a rough Section 8 project also known as the Bricks, a dangerous place to grow up for a little kid.
The north side, 1646 West 45th Street, Hilltop Village Apartments. It's like the worst hood in Jacksonville, like literally the worst hood, Hilltop Village Apartments.
Okay, when you say it's the worst hood, what does that mean exactly?
Like killings, shootings, prostitution, drugs, like whatever, like anything you don't supposed to see, you gonna see it up.
The place was known for its violence, robberies, and constant police raids. Things got so bad that the city put a metal fence around the complex, letting only residents in and out. Growing up in Hilltop Village meant that Charles Jr. saw violence almost every day. His father, Rick, was heavily involved in street life and held a lot of influence. This environment forced Charles Jr. to grow up fast, shaping how he saw the world. By age 11, he had already witnessed terrible events, things that left a deep impact on him and changed his outlook on life.
Yeah, my dog, one of my dogs, well, he ain't my dog no more, but one of my dogs, mama had got shot in front of us in the hood, in Hilltop. Yeah, she got shot in front of us, yup.
Okay, and you're how old?
I was probably like 11. Yeah, like 11, 12.
Okay, so a 12-year-old is seeing someone get shot right in front of him.
Yeah.
What does that do to a young mind like that?
It was so crazy. I was so close to my dog at the time. I'm watching him cry like, and then I'm seeing her lay down on the steps. She lift her arm straight up. She like, I'm shot. I'm like, this is really going on, you feel me? That night, like, that just fucked my mind up. That just showed me, like, cause you know when you a kid, you don't think death real. That showed me that death is real, like, you know what I'm saying?
When he was 12, Charles Jr.'s father decided to move him to the west side of Jacksonville, hoping for a fresh start. This neighborhood was a little safer, but it still had its own problems. Here, he met Dwayne, a neighbor on 25th Street who quickly became his friend. Dwayne often hung out at Charles Jr.'s house, but Charles had no idea about Dwayne's criminal connections. On May 11, 2011, a tragedy struck that would change Charles Jr.'s life forever. An argument broke out between his father, Rick, and Dwayne. It quickly got heated, and Rick ended up confronting Dwayne physically, leading Dwayne to storm off in anger. But later that night, Dwayne returned, acting calm and apologetic, only to suddenly attack Rick.
With a gunshot wound, that man would eventually die. We spoke with the homeowner's son. He says they have no idea who that person was, which is why Jay is so...
Tragically taking his life while Charles Jr. was inside the house. This loss filled Charles Jr. with grief and anger. Losing his father left a huge void, leading him to act out. He got into fights, was often suspended, and started carrying weapons.
And this was like when I started jumping off the porch for real. And like this is where I got my first gun, first piece of pussy. It was just like a lot of stuff, different stuff coming at me so fast. And my first clubs, I went to my first clubs fighting and all type of crazy stuff.
After his father's death, Charles Jr. started spending more time in the streets. His wild behavior and readiness to fight earned him the nickname Foolio. By the age of 13, he was already trying to earn a respect from older gang members, getting deeper into street life. Things got worse after Foolio was expelled from his school and sent to an alternative school right in the middle of rival territory. On his very first day, rumors spread that he might have been involved in the death of a rival at a bus stop. As school let out, a group started following him. That's when the shots rang out. Foolio took a bullet to his leg, which dislocated his hip. He had no choice but to crawl his way to safety even as the gunfire kept going. He managed to get into a nearby yard hoping for help, but the homeowner just yelled at him to leave. Eventually, Foolio lost consciousness, only waking up to find police and paramedics around him. At first, they suspected him of being involved in that bus stop incident, but after questioning, they realized he had no connection. After recovering, Foolio realized all of these events was turning him into the menace we know today, and made him want to get more involved in the street life.
All them events was making me worse. Like, I was in the hospital straight thinking like, somebody really just tried to take my life. Like, that showed me like, I gotta fully protect myself like at all means. Like that sent me like in the streets 24/7. I stopped going to school, like, cause I got shot getting out of school bus, so I can't go to school. They know where I'm at 24/7 now. You know what I'm saying? So when I stopped going to school, I was just in the streets 24/7.
He started going to the studio and recording songs. In 2015, his track, Coming Up, started getting attention locally, and Foolio realized he might have a future in music. Around this time, he also created KTA, which stands for Kill Them All, marking his spot in Jacksonville's rap scene. His songs were raw and honest, telling stories of his life and struggles while also dissing his ops heavily. His style quickly caught the attention of people from all over, quickly building his reputation in the local rap world. With his love from dissing came a lot of fame, and this is what jump-started his career.
I mean, at the time, were you the only person that was rapping about dead people in your city?
Yeah, I kind of like started that wave in my city. I started that wave in my city, and everybody just ran with it.
Foolio started gaining fans with his music. His talent was real, but what really pushed him into the spotlight was his involvement in the city's high-profile street rivalry. Soon enough, Foolio became one of the main faces of what people would call one of the most intense and shocking rap rivalries in history. As Foolio moved deeper into the streets, he connected with a group that would come to define him, KTA, short for Kill Them All. KTA became Foolio's family, a group that had his back through everything. KTA wasn't just about loyalty, it was also about survival. Jacksonville had become a battlefield with different gangs and crews constantly in conflict, and KTA, with Foolio as one of its main voices, found itself right in the middle. The rivalry with another crew, ATK, headed by rapper Young and Ace, was especially heated. This wasn't just about music. The beef between KTA and ATK ran deep, and Foolio's lyrics often reflected that intensity. He didn't shy away from calling out rivals, using his music as a way to take shots at those who crossed him or his crew. Foolio's rise with KTA wasn't without losses. Many of his close friends were killed, and Foolio himself survived multiple attempts on his life. He made it clear that he understood the risks, that being in KTA meant walking a dangerous path. But for Foolio, the loyalty he felt toward his crew was worth the price. He would continue to make music, even if it meant stirring up the same violence he had been surrounded by for most of his life. In 2017, tragedy struck Foolio's family when his cousin, Zion Brown, was killed in a horrific incident. Zion had been at home with his little sister, Teria, and their 9-year-old cousin when things took a dark turn. Out of nowhere, someone threw a brick through their window, sending the kids into a panic. They quickly called the police, hoping for help. But before anyone could arrive, DeAndre Thomas, known as Trey Shorty, a man known to be close to Ace, broke into the house armed. He opened fire, hitting everyone inside. Zion's sister and cousin survived, but sadly, Zion lost his life that day. This incident took the animosity between Foolio and Ace to a whole new level. Zion's death marked the start of the war between KTA and ATK. Just a year later, Ace and Thomas got arrested together, allegedly for robbing a weed dealer. The streets began to buzz with rumors that Ace had some kind of role in Zion's murder. After photos of a letter Trey Shorty wrote to the judge after he was found guilty and sentenced to life, You can see he mentions Ace being a suspect and the fact he paid for his lawyer. This tragic event didn't just escalate the rivalry, it made it personal, pushing the feud between Foolio and Ace to dangerous new heights. Foolio's music reflected his pain and anger, and he didn't hold back on calling out those he blamed. His songs became raw, filled with frustration and a sense of revenge. As the tension grew, the streets of Jacksonville felt the impact. The city became a place of constant tension, with incidents and confrontations happening regularly. The feud wasn't just in music anymore. It had spread to real life, with both sides constantly watching their backs. Fans noticed the shift in Foolio's attitude, seeing how Zion's death had affected him.